Hello everybody, my name is Doodrun. Welcome back to Asagao Academy. It's been a while, and I forget what the question was. Pretty sure it had something to do with whether I even wanted to play in this tournament that we were supposed to be part of. So, I would say I enjoyed the game. There's a reason for keeping going. I can blame them for how they reacted, but it's because they treated me like a douchebag, like I was guilty immediately and stupid and shit. I don't know. I don't know. I want to say I do still want to help them. Regardless of what they think of me, they were my friends. But I can't. I'm angry. I trusted them. They didn't seem to deserve that. I came over and hugged one of my... No, they didn't. But that doesn't mean you're a bad person. If anything, the fact that you want to do the right thing means you're a good one. Way better than them, anyways. It's good that you feel that way. You've got some self-preservation in you after all. I think I'll keep going. I liked playing the game after all. I'm starting to really warm up to the idea of competing, too. Oh, good. I didn't, say I was coming out of the tournament. Fuck. Good. Okay. Crisis averted. Yay. It turns out I like the game way more than I thought I did, so I'm glad I got the chance to play them more. That's good.
Really?
That's great. Yeah, it's great. Even if they don't let you play, we can form our own team. The Roasting Pirouettes. Why?
What?
Why? I said I got your back, didn't I? You're the best. But still, why that name? No, I'm your friend. It's what friends do. I buried my head into her shoulder. Tomorrow I'd start practicing again, but for now I wanted to hang with my best friend. My true friend. Currently my only friend at this school. Well, okay, Satch, too. So, I guess not only friend. Why are you sad? Why are you sad? Why the feels, friendo? Come over here and hug me, damn it. Get in this group hug, too. We're gonna have a group hug, and it's all gonna be fine. And we can all fuck Shane later. The next night I was still working as Mai prepared for bed. Are you not going to sleep? No. I think I need to finish this paper. I want to get it all done tonight. She made a face. For a second my heart stopped. Did she know what I was planning? Just don't get why we need to know the anatomical proportions of Goombas. Yeah, me neither. You're learning about video games in a college? Is this a high school or a college? I'm pretty sure this is a high school. A private high school. No, they're dorms. I don't remember high school having dorms. This has to be a college then. Why are we learning about video games in a college? And more importantly, can I join? I would love to join this. This sounds like a great place. Me neither. Thank goodness.
Good night.
Well, don't stay up too late. I won't. I'll try not to. I promise nothing. Because I can't help but not. She crawled into her bunk and under the covers. In no time, she was fast asleep. Wow, that was very quick. I waited a few minutes to ensure she wouldn't wake up, tapping my pencil idly against my desk. I hadn't told her what I was going to do. I hadn't told anyone, but going out after curfew wasn't really that big a deal. Okay, that was a bold lie. If I got caught, I would be in serious trouble, but that didn't matter. Satch was spending every day in that library and in the normal Boots Club trying to clear our names. There wasn't much I could do to help him there. Surely no one would mind if I did a bit of snooping on my own. I think they would. But good on you. Good on you. It's actually a good idea that you decided to sneak out and, try to clear your own name. Let's see. When I was finally sure that Mai was asleep, I slipped out of the room. Luckily, I didn't run into anyone on my way out of the dorm. No one was supposed to be out past 9, so it wasn't a big surprise, but no one was roaming at the hallways either. That's good. Even if they were, I'm sure they wouldn't tell anybody. Unless they were the hall monitor for the dorm or something. I don't know why anyone would volunteer for that job. Unless they pay them. That actually sounds like a pretty good job. Pretty easy job. Would totally accept money for that. What? Oh, I can go back if I scroll wheel. Nice. Okay, I skipped into the cold night air and took a deep breath. A slight wind blew through the campus, raising goosebumps against my skin. Shivering, I head towards Poppy Hall. There was no way I'd be let in the club room during the day, but at night, I'd still not be let in the club. Footsteps echoed across the hallways. There wasn't a single soul around me, and hardly any light. Since people weren't supposed to be out after dark, the lampposts were few and far between. If I were attacked, no one would notice. By what? A grue? I need to play that game. I don't know what a grue is. But, I guess it's something that attacks you out at night when it's dark out. Shaking my head, I sped up. In no time, I made it to Poppy Hall. And out came a grue! Or not, I crept into the hallway. A still silence encompassed the entire building. Suddenly, I was seized with a fear that I never experienced during the day. It was so quiet, so still, so empty. Now I understood why people thought abandoned schools were haunted. They were creepy as hell. Yeah. I crept around the corner, past the science lab, into the back of the building. The Normal Boots Club should be right. This club room should be crap. No, it was locked. Of course it'd be locked. There's stuff in there people could steal. Of course a teacher would lock it. Now what? Must I go back empty-handed? Stupid Hana, I should have prepared for this. I heard a noise in the distance and my heart stopped. Footsteps! Someone was coming! Panicking, I searched around myself for a place to hide, but I was in the middle of the hallway with nothing but lockers and windows. The window! Jump out the window! That's gonna ruin my audio for I was trapped. Cringing, I closed my eyes. The footsteps came closer. Closer! They stopped in front of me. No one said anything. Hesitantly, I opened my eyes. Oh. Oh, okay. Wait, this isn't like a trap where you're gonna fall over dead and then Shane's gonna come out with like a knife on his hand, didn't he? I don't want that to happen. Why are you here too? Mr. Saitama? Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die on me. He looked past me to the classroom door. Did you forget something? Yes, I left my math book inside. He nodded and pulled out a giant ring of keys. With a flick of his wrist, he motioned me aside. I shifted as he unlocked the door. He pulled the door open and gestured me inside. Hurry up, please. Deciding not to ask, I scurried inside. Yeah, what the fuck? Thank you, but why? I don't get it. I really don't get why he's there. Like, I thought it would be Shane, but then again, he's not supposed to be out after hours either. There's some adorable kitties over there. Clubroom was much the same as I remembered it. I wanted to take a peek around, but now that Mr. Saitama was here, I decided it was better not to. Still, there was one place I could look. I went to the back of the room where the large metal closet rested. Please don't be locked. It's unlocked. Good. I pulled the door open and looked in. At the top were stacked a few boxes with miscellaneous items. Is that a skull and crystal ball? Never mind. Apparently, one of them is into the occult. Wonder which one. Doesn't seem like Shane would be. He's a bit irrationally logical in this world, so maybe not. Jacques. Jacques has to be into the occult. Has to be Jacques. Below where the boots once stood, it was an empty shelf. I sighed. I was about to leave empty-handed when I remembered I needed the math book. Turning back to the locker, I pulled a random book out of the closet. Their boxes of junk came in handy. I was about to close the door when I noticed something. There was a dent in the bottom of the closet, just under where the boots once stood. But it's made of metal. Was that there before? Kneeled and ran my hand across the dent. Something heavy must have fallen into it, make one this large. Something heavy and angled, something hard to carry. The boots. When I thought about it, the boots were made of solid gold. Of course they'd be heavy. Heavy, unwieldy, and hard to carry. Whoever took them couldn't have taken them far, that was sure. If they didn't have access to the clubroom in the day, they must have gotten in the way I did. Or they must have stolen the key themselves. They wouldn't have got it. They would have done it at night, and then there's no way they could carry the boots all that way without getting tired or caught, which meant they were still in Poppy Hall. So you're finished? Yeah, sorry, I'm coming. So they're somewhere in Poppy Hall. Should I tell Satch? Or Mai? I think I should tell Mai and we could investigate a little further. As long as it's not in like a TV world or something and I have to like channel my inner demons to fight for me or anything, I'm sure we'll be fine. Tucking the book under my arm, not the boots, I closed the door and headed out of the classroom. Mr. Saitomo chaperoned me all the way back to Primrose House in a stiff, insulated silence. I wanted to ask him why he was wandering the halls at night, and why he'd let me off, and why he always wore that brown suit. But looking closer at it, the suit was slightly rumpled. There was a red ascot stuffed in one of his pockets. I looked closer at Mr. Saitomo's face. He looked somewhat flushed. Had he been on a date? If you don't tell, I won't either. Oh. He gestured at the book in my hand. I looked down to see a Dungeons and Dragons manual. What? I won't tell if you don't. What's wrong with me playing Dungeons and Dragons? I don't mind people knowing that. In fact, I haven't actually played Dungeons and Dragons yet, but some friends of mine wanted to organize that, so... Very looking forward to that. That'd be fun. He placed a finger on his lips, then turned on his heel and headed back to Poppy Hall. Is that a problem? Whose book was this? As I climbed the staircase back to my room, my curiosity and excitement began to fade. Thankfully, I was able to sneak back in, hide the book, and pop into bed before Mai so much as moved a muscle. Great. I really was a thief. It'll be fine. Hana, are you gonna get up or not? No, I'm gonna stay asleep for the rest of the year. I squinted into the early morning light. If you don't hurry up, you'll be late. How long did you work on that essay, anyways? Essay? I blinked at her. Well, you really are out of it. Don't deal well with no sleep, do you? Come on, get up. She flung my blankets off me. The cold air rushed in around my body, and I curled into a tighter ball. You have 15 minutes, or I'm leaving without you. How about you just give me some coffee first? Sat up. Memories of the night before rushed back into my head. Mr. Saitomo, the book, and the dent. Got ready for school. Speeding up through my routine and grabbing something from our mini fridge tied me over till lunch. Hopefully it's coffee. Ready to go? No. I'm gonna die if I don't get coffee. Give me coffee. Our teacher better have coffee or a little bit of that cocaine that she holds every day. Actually, don't do cocaine, kids. That's terrible. By the time we made it to Poppy Hall, I felt much less groggy. My hypothesis about the boots came back to me, and without thinking, I mentioned it to Mai. You know, Mai, the boots were made of solid gold. She turned to me in mild surprise. Yeah, so? Where's this coming from? I was just thinking, they'd probably be heavy, right? It'd be too hard for someone to sneak them far from here. Far from where they were taken. Think they're still in Poppy Hall? There was a gasp from behind us. Mai and I whirled around. Hello? Wallen was standing less than a foot away, staring at us with wide eyes. Is something wrong? No, I didn't mean to startle you guys. I just fell asleep.
What?
Fell asleep, but you were walking. Yeah, I know. It happens all the time, actually. That is a book? Oh, it's the history of Nintendo. Okay, I thought it was like a game development book. I would love to read that. If it was. We just stared at him. He glanced around as if looking for a way out. I think you're a little suspicious with that little attitude there. I mean, we were kind of talking aloud, and this is odd. Well, it was nice running into you guys. Haven't seen you in a while. We should catch up sometime, but I've got to get to class. Bye! Odd walked past, giving us a wide berth, hands in his pockets. That was really weird. And oddly suspicious. You think he heard us? I think so. It's really suspicious regardless. Never heard of Walid falling asleep while walking. Me neither. We looked at each other, an idea forming in the space between us. Him! At least that's my assumption. And again, I jump the gun a lot and assume things that I probably shouldn't. Though it's probably him or one of the hidden block club people. And in which case, they normal boots made the wrong assumption, and this is hopefully just like some prank they pulled. I really hope there's like some like mild anger retribution here. Not enough to like say we're not friends anymore or anything, but like I get to yell at Shane a little bit, just a little bit. I would love to yell at Shane a little bit, tell him off about the whole pink hair thing. Wouldn't hurt to check things out a bit, just to make sure, you know? Yeah. You can never be too careful. Yes, that's true. Just like that, we agreed. We'd wait until everyone was at lunch, then we'd do a little investigating. What about lunch, though? Lunchtime came. So everyone crept out of the classroom. Maya and I stayed behind, refusing to make eye contact with anyone. Why? Do we need to? I don't understand the lack of eye contact with everyone, but okay, fine, whatever. Our hope was that it looked like some kind of protest. Normal Boots guys, and by extension the entirety of the class, were pretending we didn't exist. Most of our attempts at friendly interaction were completely ignored by the class. Oh, okay. Normal Boots guys got incredibly uncomfortable and just walked away. Well, most of them. Shane would shoot us a dirty look even if we got close to him. Whether they bought it or not, the classroom quickly emptied out, and Maya and I headed to the hallway. Do we know which one's Walid's? He's a first year, isn't he? Should be outside of his classroom. We'll be able to figure it out, and if not, let's just look on all of them. We balked, but Maya was totally serious. Reached the first floor landing and crept along the hallway. Thankfully, nobody was around. We were all engaged in the mad rush to get the food before the cafeteria ran out. They can run out of food. Don't they calculate this shit? Or am I asking too much of the cafeterias? We crept around the corner into classroom 1-3. It should be one of these. We walked down the hallway hoping for some kind of sign. And Mai stopped walking. Oh my gosh. Burst into laughter and pointed ahead of her. Confused, I followed her finger. One locker in the middle of the left row was completely covered in stickers. Curious, I stepped closer. Images of Walid's face peppered with various words were plastered across the locker. Meme Lord, Balrog the Butt! And other various sayings were scrawled across each. You gotta be kidding me. I don't get it. Once upon a time, a few years ago, back before I even came to this school, Walid had a bit of a temper. Long story short, someone caught it on camera, uploaded to the internet. Oh, and the rest is history, as you can see. Balrog the Butt. Stare at the different images of Walid's face. This takes dedication. Did he do it or his fans? I honestly couldn't tell you. Anyway, let's get back to work. Do you mind standing guard? Okay. Stepped into the middle of the hallway, alert for any sound or movement from either end of the hall. I fiddled with the handle on the locker, sticking something inside the middle. In a few minutes, the door was open. Where'd you learn to do that? I was a rich kid growing up. I had to learn a trick or two just to get out of my house. Your parents didn't let you out of the house while you were growing up? She made a face at me and opened the door. What in the name of... I leaned over to see what she was looking at. Walid's locker wasn't empty like mine and Mai's were, but there were no books inside. Instead, a litter of Barbie CD-ROM games were splayed across the top and bottom shelves. There in the center of the hook meant for a jacket or coat was a fluffy pink and white suit. Huh! I want to see this in an image. That'd be awesome. I reached out to touch it. It was soft and there were silken petticoats underneath the shorts. My guess was the ensemble would hit Walid somewhere in the mid-thigh region, and the pants would fluff up like a bonnet. The shirt was sleeveless with gold-painted buttons and zippers trailing off. What is this for? Oh. I have no idea. I've never heard of anything like... She shut the locker door. We've seen something we weren't meant to see. We can't mention this to a soul. Yeah, agreed. I don't really get what the big deal is, though. He brought it to his locker, so he must not be that shy about it. I shook her head. You'd be surprised what you can sneak to a locker without anyone seeing. Like the boots! Just a thought. We important thing is that he didn't have the boots, so he's perfectly innocent. Let's just go eat lunch. Alright. We'll check another locker later, I suppose. If we have due reason to search. Though, yeah, we were definitely not meant to see that. I believe. She stalked off, completely unconcerned as to whether I followed her. I ran to catch up. If Walla didn't want people to know, there was no reason he should mention it. It would be pretty hard to explain anyways. When we made it to the cafeteria, we were among the last to get our food. My eyes strayed to Walla at the hidden block table. He was chatting happily, completely unconcerned with the odd suit he had in his locker. I felt blood rise to my cheeks, and then we locked eyes. I turned away and focused on getting my food. When we had the chance to sit down, I glanced over at the hidden block table, and noticed Caddy, Ian, and Wallet watching me. I grabbed Mai and dragged her out of the cafeteria. I was terrible at keeping secrets. It's better just to avoid the situation entirely. Maybe. That night I waited until long after Mai fell asleep to get up again. I changed back into my uniform in the darkness and snuck out of the room. Wouldn't it be a little quieter to, like, keep your night? Oh no, that'd be bad. I would look indecent, I suppose. Well, I hadn't taken the boots, but the look he, Ian, and Caddy gave me at lunch stayed in my mind. It was almost hostile. I didn't understand why, but they had no reason to know we were snooping through their things. It seemed to me they were on the defensive, so it couldn't hurt to check. Yeah, I'm a little suspicious of it too. I ran across the grounds, this time avoiding the streetlights. Wasn't sure what gave me away with Mr. Saitomo, but it couldn't hurt to be more careful. Made it to Poppy Hall and wandered to where Wallet's locker was. Our club room should be around here somewhere. If I were a member of Hidden Block Club, what would I put inside the club room to indicate that was where we met? It was hard. They all had such different, distinct personalities. The loudest of personalities would probably have their way. Just then I walked past a classroom and something pasted on the window caught my eye. I tried the door. It was open. Ew. What? Stepped in the room and was immediately hit by the pungent smell of old chicken salad, macaroni and cheese, and chips. Lord! I couldn't breathe. I struggled to open one of the windows and slid it open, gasping in the fresh air. The hell? Does no one take out the trash in here? I glanced around the room and immediately locked eyes with a face on the wall. Wallet? A giant version of Wallet's face was watching me from the wall next to the door. I shivered. I do not like it in here. Anyway, I caught a note on the blackboard. Let me move my webcam down if I can. I'm not taking out the trash anymore. Please do it yourselves. Jeff. Okay. Me neither. Love Caddy. Ah, there's still more. Come on. There we go. Okay, now I can move myself back. Just below was a bunch of scribbles that looked like an argument about who could and could not take care of themselves, with different colors of chalk scribbling out each other's sentences. That explained that. I shook my head and began searching the desks in the room. Most were empty, but... the hell's a gun doing here? What? Slaughter was written in sparkling silver Sharpie on the side. I'm going to die in here. I just am. Seriously, who has a gun in here? Why? This isn't America. This is not America. You still shouldn't bring a gun to school in America, but I would at least expect that to be more common. What the fuck? Moving the desks behind, I crept my way through the cabinets at the back of the room. Old candy wrappers, several obscure alternative music CDs, a set of extremely expensive-looking microphones and headphones, an old notebook? I got out and flipped through the first few pages. Inside were cartoons drawn in thick ink. Nokamon, a pink ball of fluff, anthropomorphized rocks. These aren't half bad. Nowhere did I see a reference to the boots. Sighing, I decided to put the book back into the cabinet, but not before scribbling a small image of my face on one of the pages. They wouldn't suspect me. Why would I out myself by drawing my own face? I think they would. All this sneaking around was getting to me. I was becoming a rebel. A bad seed. There was nothing else I could I found that could possibly lead me to the boots. Closed the window and left the room, sighing with relief when I shut the door. The window might have been open, but that hadn't stopped the smell. How in the world do these boys live like that? No, knowing them winning the fight was more important than being clean. Yeah, a little bit. Mayhaps. It was a wonder they were all friends with how much they picked on each other. But then, that probably was the point. So, their locker must have been right around in here, too. I stood on my tiptoes, peeking into the slats in the front of the lockers. Couldn't open them without Mai's help, but I could at least see what they had in them. As I peered through them, I came up empty. Playmaster games, a hamster wheel, something called an Ian box, a Rulian shield. Their lockers were weird, but they had no sign of the boots. As I headed back to the dorm, my heart sank. It wasn't the Hidden Block Club. Really, that should make me happy. It should be good that they were true friends to the normal boots guys. They were my only lead, really. Now I was back to the very beginning, no better off than I was before. Climbed to my room with heavy steps. Maybe that's not a good idea to do that at night when you got a curfew. It was already 1 in the morning. I had no idea how much time passed. I changed into my pajamas and stumbled into bed. Great, how worthless was I? You outruled a suspect. An entire group of suspects. That's progress. I mean, you're back to square 1, but you can outrule an entire group of people. Even though they were suspicious as fuck. I stared at the book in front of me. I was supposed to be reading, following along with what Miss Shizuka was teaching. Instead, I yawned. The words blurred together in front of me, talking about how a badger made of honey once befriended the 13th cat of the zodiac. I had an even harder time getting up this morning. I didn't think just a few days of less sleep would affect me so much, but they definitely did. I yawned again. Surely it wouldn't be I couldn't see it. What am I looking at? Strange images swirled in front of me. The boots, the dent in the locker, Satch. Oh, Satch, I was looking at him in the library. This was back when I told him I was going to help him. He was in such a panic. Now that I was looking at it again, I remembered the librarian much more clearly. She was glaring at him so venomously I could feel the heat from where I stood. There was no way she would do anything wrong to him, right? Right? Something shoved into my head and I snapped awake. Feng Shui! Say Feng Shui! Feng Shui? Shizuka, who was staring at me from the front of the class, put her hands on her hips. Yes, the answer is Feng Shui. And what is its purpose? Place yellow objects at the front of your house, you get more money? And red at the back of the room, people will give you stuff. Shizuka squinted at me. Well, not incorrect. We're talking about the traditional effects of Feng Shui now, Miss Shizuka. Miss Mizuno, hell! Not the old country superstitions. Please pay better attention. Yes, ma'am. Sat back down and shot a graceful look at Mai. Grateful look at Mai! Huh! She nodded to me, face full of concern. Smiled at her and turned back around, hoping that would ease her mind. But as I looked at my book, I suddenly realized I had no idea what the lesson was even about. Oh well. We had a slightly, well, no, yes, school is important, but so is this, so mixed important thing? I don't know. Hana. Hana! What happened? I blinked at her. My eyes felt gooey and slow. They were glued shut. Damn it. Class is over. It's time for lunch. Already? But did I miss all morning? Yep. I sat up and looked around the classroom. Only a few stragglers remained, jotting down final notes. She's been really stressed about everything that's happened, but it's not good to fall asleep in class. I know. I'm not trying to like I'm trying to fall asleep. But still, this was not good. Asagao Academy was a prestigious school. People only got in if they had high academics, lots of money, or were extremely talented in some way. I was none of those things. A scholarship student. That was the way that the school and the other students felt better about themselves. If I dragged down the school's image, they'd kick me out without a second thought. I wasn't even sure how I made it here in the first place. It's not your fault if you're having trouble sleeping. Come on, let's go to lunch and not worry about it, okay? That's a good plan! Eat food. Eat lots of food. That's good stuff. Nodded and stood, feeling somewhat like I was not part of this world. The walls blurred as we headed out the classroom. Maybe if I touched one, I'd fall right through. Hi, what's going on over here? We got John and PBG here. We opened the door, we almost walked right into John and PBG. Oh god. Hey, we were just coming to get you guys. Talking to us again? I glanced from the overly cheery John to PBG, who was avoiding eye contact with me. It'd been 3 weeks since they last spoke to us. Maybe I was still asleep. As it was, my brain was moving too slow for me to say anything about it. So the thing is, we want to apologize.
What?
What? We realized we were being total jerks. We feel terrible about it, or at least I do. It was an honest mistake. People make mistakes all the time. Every one of you accused me of theft. Only because I was the most likely suspect and not the actual suspect. Fuck all of you! Except for Satch, because he actually, was cool. I stared at John's broad face, trying to click together what was happening. You ignored us for 3 weeks and you're saying it was an honest mistake? PBG elbowed John in the side and shot him a look.
No.
Ignore him. He sticks his foot in his mouth when so much you'd think it was a lollipop. But we came to invite you to lunch with us again. If you'll still have us, we want to make it up to you somehow. We missed you. Both of you. So you're not suspicious anymore. Well, she elbowed him in the side again. Okay, sorry, I just thought it'd be funny. No, it would not! John, put your foot in your mouth and shut up. It's not cool, go over there. No, we're not. You can't speak for the others, but you have our support. So why are you inviting me to your table? Or did you kick out the guys who were suspicious? That's the thing I should probably worry about. My head swam. The frustration of the past 3 weeks, the betrayal, the late nights, the tears, the whispers, the judgment, all built up inside of me. Did they want us to just forgive them and let it all go? I looked at me waiting for my decision. It seems she didn't know what to make of it either. We're gonna save here, and we'll find out what to do next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe for more. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you to T-Cower, Sherrell, and Laviel for supporting me on Patreon this month. You can play the game yourself in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!